Close your eyes and imagine you are standing at the edge of a forest, somewhere in the Caribbean, where the air is thick with heat, salt, and something older than memory. You can hear the trees breathing. You feel watched. In places like this, the old stories don't stay in the past. They live between the roots, in the shadows of silk cotton trees, on roads where the moonlight falls crooked. Tonight, we step into one of those stories. Tonight, we meet the Goatfoot Woman. She goes by many names. In Trinidad and Tobago, they call her La Diablesse, the She-Devil. In St. Croix and the Virgin Islands, she is the Goatfoot Woman. In Guadeloupe, the Deviless. In Belize, some call her La Tabai. Across every island where her story is told, the details change, but the silhouette never does. A woman of impossible beauty, a long dress that sweeps the ground, a wide hat that hides her face, and beneath the hem, one human foot, and one that belongs to no woman at all. She appears on full moon nights on lonely roads near crossroads and cemeteries. She does not chase, she does not threaten, she simply walks and waits to see who will follow. To understand where the Goatfoot Woman comes from, you have to understand what the Caribbean is, a collision. The Taino people were the original inhabitants of these islands. They had their own spirit world, beings called Zimis, forces of nature given form. When Spanish colonizers arrived in the 15th century, they nearly wiped that world out. But stories don't die that easily. Then came the enslaved Africans, brought by force, carrying their myths in memory. West African traditions spoke of goddesses like Oshun, the Orisha of love and rivers, beautiful, powerful, dangerous when wronged. French settlers brought Catholic theology, the devil marked by a cloven hoof, evil hiding inside seduction. In the crucible of the Caribbean, these three worlds, Taino, African, European, melted together, and from that fire, the Goatfoot Woman was born. There are two stories told about how she became what she is. The first, a young woman so consumed by vanity that she made a bargain with the devil himself. Eternal beauty, eternal desire. The price? 1 foot transformed into a cloven hoof. She accepted. She draped a long dress over it and walked back into the world. The second story is darker. A woman loved honestly. A husband who eventually turned violent. He killed her, buried her in the woods, and told the village she had wandered away. But the dead don't always stay buried. She came back, dressed elegantly, smelling of sweet perfume and something beneath it, the faint, unmistakable scent of decay. And every man who had ever wronged a woman, she could find him. In this version, she is not evil. She is justice. The encounter always follows the same shape. A man is walking home, often late, often after drinking, often after a dance. He sees her ahead. She is stunning. That is never in doubt. He calls out. She turns just enough, just slightly. Her hat tilts. He cannot see her face clearly. Something in him says, "Stop," but he doesn't stop. He follows. She walks slowly enough that he always feels he is almost catching up. She keeps 1 foot in the grass, so the cloven hoof makes no sound on the road. And just when the forest closes in completely, she disappears. No trace, no sound, just the trees. The man is left in the dark, miles from any road he recognizes, stripped of his bearings, sometimes his mind. Some walk out by morning, some are found days later, hollow-eyed, some are never found at all. But she is not only a predator. In many tellings across the Caribbean, the goat-foot woman is something far more complex. She is a guardian. She watches the forest. She watches the animals, those who come into the wild to take more than their share, the poachers, the exploiters, the ones who see nature as only a resource to drain. They are her true targets. In this reading, the men who get lost in the forest didn't follow a seductress. They followed their own greed into territory that was never theirs. She didn't lure them. She just let the forest take them back. What makes the goat-foot woman remarkable is that she is not alone. Around the world, in Portugal, Greece, Morocco, the Dominican Republic, there are strikingly similar figures, women of great beauty, a hidden animal foot, a luring of men into wilderness or ruin. The Portuguese legend of the Dama Pé de Cabra dates to the 11th century. Morocco's Aicha Kandicha has goat feet and a history as a resistance fighter who lured colonial soldiers to their deaths. The Greek satyr was half man, half goat. Something in the human imagination keeps returning to this image, the seam between the civilized and the wild, drawn right across a woman's body. The goat-foot woman is a Caribbean expression of something ancient and universal, the fear of what lives beyond the edge of the known world, and the pull toward it anyway. The elders were practical people. They didn't just tell you who to fear, they told you how to survive. If you suspect you are following La Diablesse, turn your clothes inside out immediately. The reversal is said to break the trance she casts. Carry fire, a lighter, a match, a torch. She is terrified of flame. If you realize you have been led astray, walk backwards toward home. Do not turn around, walk in backwards when you arrive, or she may follow you across the threshold. And perhaps most importantly, never follow a beautiful stranger on a moonlit road into the forest, no matter how sweet the perfume, no matter how she glances back. The goat-foot woman has been walking Caribbean roads for centuries. She was born from slavery, from colonization, from the grief of women who were wronged and the fury of a nature that has been exploited. She is a warning, a guardian, a ghost, and a symbol all at once. Her story survives because it contains something true, something about power and consequence and the wild things that outlast civilizations. So the next time you're somewhere unfamiliar at night and you catch the scent of perfume in a place where no one should be, look down before you follow. And if you hear a sound in the grass that doesn't quite match the footsteps on the road, don't walk forward. Walk home, backwards. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this story. More legends from the VL Underground Archive are waiting.